Oh my god. Rita was freaking adorable in this episode, straight up going stealth mode. Like, she was stealth mode the entire beginning of this episode, sneaking in, clobbing a guard, knocking this man's ass out. He was like, oh, what are you doing here, little girl, trying to, you know, be nice and all that, and she just clobs him, knocks his ass out. Then she gets to the gate and all that with the elevator, and she knocks all these guys out and just blows them up. She gets in the elevator, and the little sound effects as she looks out the window, she's like, wee! And I'm like, oh my god, it's so great. And then when she crawls out and when she's just sliding down and all that, I'm like, this is just too perfect. Like, oh my god, Rita, you're just so adorable in this episode. I'm just so glad that we had a moment like that this week in Shingeki no Bahamut, because I really like Rita as a character. She always had this personality about her from the first season I liked, and I was kind of upset that she never got a lot of focus. I mean, she was there, she was a background support character, but she didn't have a lot of spotlight on her, and I'm glad that this episode did that. I'm glad we had a couple of scenes with her just going in, showcasing that she can do things, and also she can get into the prison and get Nina and Jonah out at the same time. Just really great stuff going on there in this episode. I was just really happy with Rita and how she was able to go in and just kick some ass. So just good shit there, Shingeki no Bahamut and Studio Mappa for giving us that great Rita scene. Now, besides all of that though, there was some very adorable moments in this episode. Besides just Rita, we also had some scenes with Jonah and also Nina. Their interactions with their prison escape of how they're trying to get out as well. So, we come to find out that Jonah is very scared of bugs. Like, she is very, very scared. Like, she sees this spider crawling near her, and she just freaks out, about to yelp and scream, but Nina calmed her down. It's like, no, you can't do that, you can't scream like that, and she's like, look, I'm scared of spiders. I'm like, oh my god, it was so funny, seeing this strong character, strong woman character, just acting like that. She's just, you know, getting terrified of a bug. I'm like, that's too funny. But don't get me wrong, I can kind of agree with that. I'm not the biggest fan of spiders either. Spiders kind of creep me the fuck out too, so I could kind of understand the, you know, I guess, emotions that Jonah was feeling in that given moment. But besides all of that, though, Nina once again showcasing how amazing she is as a protagonist for this series. I know we have Favreau back in Kaiser as well, but Nina's technically still the main character of the story for now. Favreau and Kaiser are more like support characters and all that, kind of shifting over the legacy to, you know, Nina. And Nina once again showcasing that she's a very good protagonist by, you know, carrying some of the scenes in the episode when she was on screen, and also kind of just showcasing that there's a lot of things going on with her and how she feels very betrayed thanks to what the king has done to her. Because as we know, a couple episodes back, she was falling in love with someone. She fell in love with the king, and she didn't know that the king was the one that, you know, was causing all of this, or the person she fell in love with was the king that was causing all of this, and she now feels betrayed. She realizes she fell in love with a monster, and this might, you know, cause a change in Nina, where she might actually change when it comes to her falling in love, or, you know, kind of getting all thirsty over a dude. She might learn to how to control her dragon form. Think about it like this, okay? Nina, she fell in love with this dude, and then she feels betrayed now. So, what's to say that she might learn from this, and she won't go out of her way to just instantly fall in love, but also, she'll learn how to control her power in a way to where she won't constantly need a dude, or she won't just go after any guy and be thirsty for them. Maybe this is going to be a lesson for her to learn from and grow as a person, and also for her abilities as well. Because we gotta remember, this isn't going to be like a 12 or 13 episode series this season. If you were unaware, Shingeki no Bahamut Virgin Soul is going to be like 20 plus episodes. So yeah, we're nowhere near done. We're like near the halfway mark right now. So when you think about it like that, I feel like this is perfect setup for Nina's development to control her dragon form. So, pushing all of that aside, we have a very iconic scene at the end of this episode, which I was wanting to talk about earlier, but I wanted to talk about all the other stuff first. So, at the end of the episode, if you have yet to see it, I really recommend you to pause this video, go and watch the preview for next week's episode. As we know, it's like the standard preview. It doesn't show any visuals, so to say, but there's dialogue between the characters. And we hear the iconic phrase, Favreau! Like, yo, like, guys are just finally said it. He finally said what we've all been wanting to hear for many weeks now since Favreau's return. We've been wanting to hear that iconic line from him saying Favreau's name, just very long and loud. That's what I wanted to hear, and finally we got that with this week's episode. One of the best moments of the episode, by the way, because I've been waiting for that, because I loved that in Season 1. It always made me smile and laugh when I saw that when I was watching the first season, and seeing that back of how he said it, I'm going to expect probably more of that to come in the upcoming episodes. Now, talking about the conflict of this episode, besides, escaping from the prison, Muguro has now accepted his role in life. For instance, he has now officially become an angel. He has ascended, basically. He has his wings back, his voice has been fixed, and he is now going out of his way to find his mother, Jonah. And we know how much he cares deeply for his mother, because we saw the entire flashback in the previous episode. So we know he loves his mother, and he doesn't want his mother to necessarily have any harm done to her, and so he's going out of his way to help her out. But on the side, the angels are using him for their own means, which is kind of fucked up. So it kind of represents what Bacchus has been talking about for the past couple episodes, and why he didn't want to turn in Muguro in the first place, is because the angels want to use the boy for their own means, and they don't really want to necessarily probably save Jonah. They just want to throw, everything else under the bus for them to get their own means, for instance, what they want. And so basically, Jonah is just a means for them to get what they want at the end of the road. So it's kind of fucked up when you think about it like that, but I feel like Muguro might be aware of this. I have no idea. Muguro doesn't necessarily seem to be a dumb child, so I feel like Muguro might realize what's going on and go through some form of change. And also, when Muguro sees his mother, I feel like there might be something going on there with the angels as well. We'll see. Maybe Jonah might get her power back as well. Who knows? Maybe the angels might bestow her power back and all that. Say, since you believed in us for so long, here you go, have your power back. Or there could be something like this for a nice, good added twist. What if the angels completely fuck over Jonah because they want to use Muguro, and they don't give her power back, they let something heinous happen to her and all that, and basically Jonah's like, fuck you guys, fuck the gods and all that, and just straight up, turns over to the king's side. What's to say that might not happen either? That'd be a cool plot twist, because that's been building up for the past couple episodes, so I would like to see something like that too. That'd be very interesting for Jonah's character, as she was like, just fuck it, and then just went on the king's side, because she was just tired of being betrayed by the angels. Who knows? So, we'll see where that goes. Overall, it was a great episode of Shingeki no Bahamut Virgin Soul, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love y'all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.